looks like it's Medicare made ABCDEasy. Thank God we were able to move my show from Tuesday. I was actually pretty sick, but I tell you that medicine that they give you nowadays kind of kicks things out, and I feel great today. So anyway, let's get started with the call-in line. Now, believe it or not, today is October 15th. It is the beginning of the annual open enrollment for anybody out there that has a prescription drug plan or an Advantage plan. So believe me, if you have a question, just dial our 847-931-1410, and that's our call-in line. Don't hesitate. I will answer all the questions that you have. Now, if you missed the call-in line and it's after our show's over, we have a reservation line. That's 630-320-6906. And what this line does is you can leave a message for me, and then I will get back to you as soon as possible, which is usually going to be within 24 hours. Right. And then also you can always check out our website. It's D as in dog, ddginsurance.com. It has a lot of information on there, including all the stuff about our workshop, and then also anything of all the other insurances that we do take care of. So that's the basic of our actually it's our online instructions to the workshop that we work with, and it works out really well. Hang on just a second. I got one more thing to do here. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what is happening during the open enrollment. So this is what we call the annual enrollment period into Medicare. Okay, so what that means, if you get an opportunity once a year that you can change your prescription drug plan from the plan that you have in 2025 to the new plans that are coming out in 2026. Why is this so important? Well, let's say during the year you got a new prescription from your doctor, or you had one that was taken off. Just that little bit of alteration in your medication list can throw you into a different drug plan that can save you money or help you from having a good rate increase. Give you an example. How this works, each drug plan has a formulary that they take care of. They're covered for certain medications on their formulary that they have approved by Medicare. Our job is to make sure we match you up with that plan that does cover as many of your medications as possible. Now, what happens during the year between 2025 and 2026? Some of the companies out there, drug companies, they will move maybe one of your medications that was on a tier 2, which is considered a generic. They may decide to move that to a tier 3, which is a brand name. Well, if they do that, then you are responsible for the deductible for that year before they cover any of the medications. So it's very important that you understand how those drug plans work, because not making the right selection during this open enrollment period, which ends on December the 7th, if you have not made your change, then you have to stay on that same plan that you had in 2025. And believe me, I have seen a lot of errors made in this area that has been pretty costly to the clients. Matter of fact, some of them I've seen to have an increase of over $1,000 simply because they didn't pay attention and there was changes in their existing drug plan, and they didn't read or pay attention to that book they send out to you. and then you don't do your due diligence and find out what else is available out there. So if you don't make that changeover, they just simply keep you on the same plan that you had the year before. And then what happens a lot of times, I have my clients and I will reach out to them, or they kind of know that every year during the open enrollment, I need to talk to them if they're on the supplement and they're looking at a drug plan. And they'll just send me a note. It's the same as last year. Well, I always send them a note back. Humor me, please. I need a list. I need the list as it lists on your bottle of medication, the dosage, the times per a month that you have, or times per day, and if you have a certain medication that is maybe could be a cream, could be an injection, how many do you need in that given month? So there's a lot of information that I need from you in order to do the right job. And believe me, it's the prescription drug plans are probably the most time-consuming that we do with all of our clients. And believe it or not, the reimbursement of our time from the insurance companies is very low. So it's very important. Let us get it done for you and get it done right the first time. Now, you should get, like I said, a booklet that comes out and says, this is the changes that is being made in that particular drug plan for 2026. A lot of times, it's very hard to read and it's hard to really understand. They're not explicit enough. So if you do get something like that, that's definitely a red flag that you need to communicate with me. Again, if changes aren't made by December 7th, you will remain on that same drug plan. There are no exceptions, and Medicare will not make any changes. Trust me, I've talked to them before, and they say, I'm sorry, midnight, December 7th, anything that has not been made before then, you stay on what you had the year before. So on the prescription drugs, there's been some changes in the maximum. So give you for an example, in Medicare world, if you are on medication and you have a maximum of $1,000 that you're responsible for, then they block that off. And once you hit that, then there isn't any other additional charges except on some of the deductibles, depending on what plan that you have. But you can rest assured that if you are on some major medications, like a lot of tier 3s or some of the injectables, they do protect you that once you're out of pocket $1,000, then that's the maximum that you have to pay. So the good idea, hopefully, is look for the plan that has your medications, because here's what also happens in the drug plan. So you say, well, Danny, just put me on, I'm used to, when I was working, I had that one company that it's a Blue Cross Blue Shield, and I love that company, just keep me there. And of course, I will come back and I said, okay, we do cover that company, and I'd be more than happy to do that for you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and see what else is available out there. Okay, because picking out a company is not the right way to pick out a drug plan. I mean, true, if you've been with a company for a long time, but keep in mind, in group coverages is a different world than with Medicare. So that may not always hold true about what your possibilities are and what would be most advantage for you. So I will run both of them, and when we run it through our website, which is a very extensive website, it picks out the one that is the best one for you. And if you look at the number one with your medication and your formulary, and then compare that with the other plans out there, then we can look to see exactly what the difference in pricing is. Now, let me give you an example. Some of them can be $1,000 difference in just the same medication and utilizing different plans. So I will say, okay, here's you're the one that you were on before you went under Medicare. This is the cost of the medications. But if I put you on this other plan that comes up as your best option for the 2026, this is what amount you will have out of pocket. And believe me, it can be astronomical. Now, this also goes into play if you are on Medicare and you'd spend 2 or 3 or 4 years that you've been on the same drug plan, and I hear this all the time too, with especially new clients that I haven't dealt with before. My clients that I deal with on a regular basis, they already know I pound it in their head every year during this open enrollment. Anyway, I will say to them, if you are out there and you are in the same drug plan for 3 to 4 years, I can guarantee you're overpaying, because here's what happens every year. There's some adjustments that are being made. And if you are on the same drug plan and you've been on it for 3 or 4 years, I can guarantee you there's been some changes in that drug plan. And you will be paying more for your coverage than you need to. And, Julianne, Eric, and myself, we look at it this way. The cost of insurance in healthcare is very expensive. And guess what? It's not going down. So what I can tell everybody is each year we'll make sure that you go through all of what is available to you and double check it. If you have not changed your drug plan, the best thing I can tell you before December 7th of this year, give me a call on my reservation line at 630-320-6906. Let me go through that with you. I will run your drug plan, let you know what is your best option. And believe me, I don't charge anything extra for that service. It's part of my service to my clients that we do every year. Now, I will tell you, the other part of the open enrollment is on the Advantage side. Because the difference in the Medicare, if you have the drug plan, then that means that you have a supplement. Because you have a supplement, then you have the drug plan. Okay? And so that's that one side that you're going to deal with. And after the break, I'm going to go into the Advantage side. And how does that work? And how does that affect you in the annual enrollment period? There is a lot of information available, and you probably have gotten that same little book that says, okay, last year, this is what that was on your plan. This year, this is the changes. Or you get a letter that says, that plan that you're on is not available next year. Well, don't get all excited. There's not a problem with that, because that's just telling us we have to look at the different plans that are available to you and make that change before December the 7th. I think we have time for a break, and I'll be back in about, 3 or 4 minutes? Okay.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Cintas. Members of the marching bands from 5 Elgin Area School District U46 high schools will perform during a showcase at Streamwood High School's Millennium Field on West Schaumburg Road on Thursday. The program begins with a performance of the national anthem at 6 p.m., followed by the Streamwood High School's band at 6:15, Elgin at 6:45, Larkin at 7:15, Bartlett at 7:45, and South Elgin at 8:15. Admission is free and gates open at 5:30 p.m. A total of 132 runners from Aurora successfully completed the 2025 Bank of America Chicago Marathon on Sunday, joining more than 50,000 participants who crossed the finish line in Grant Park. This year's marathon, the 47th edition of the event, attracted runners from all 50 states and over 120 countries. The 26.2-mile race started and ended in Grant Park with runners traversing 29 of Chicago's neighborhoods. The Chicago Marathon published a complete list of local runners who ran in the race. All results were unofficial as of Monday afternoon. A Burbank woman was cited in a crash last week that left 3 people hospitalized, including one that was seriously hurt, according to Batavia police. 21-year-old Belinda Gomez Matube was issued a citation for failure to yield, vehicle turning left after the crash that occurred at around 8:55 p.m. last Tuesday at the intersection of North Randall Road and McKee Street. The preliminary investigation revealed a Chevy Trailblazer driven by Gomez Matube was driving north on Randall Road when the driver attempted to turn left and crashed into a Dodge Ram headed south on Randall Road. Extrication was required after the collision. Gomez Matube and the 28-year-old Dodge driver were hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries and were soon released. A 24-year-old man who rode in the Chevy was receiving advanced medical treatment as of Wednesday of last week. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
What was that?
That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very...
Calm? I am. Ooma has everything I need to handle the busy holiday season, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Today, scattered rain showers before noon with mostly cloudy skies and a high near 61. This afternoon, mostly cloudy. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 51. Looking ahead to tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 69. Currently, it is 56 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
All right, we're back. Medicare made ABCD easy. And don't forget, we got that call-in line, 847-931-1410. If you have any questions out there, especially with the open enrollment, the annual open enrollment period, don't hesitate to call because it is confusing. I've got 18 years of experience, and I don't know, in today's world, I don't know how anybody does it on their own because it isn't as easy as it was a few years ago. Also, my reservation line. So, for instance, if you can't get into me during the radio show, give me a call on my reservation line. It's 630-320-6906. And I usually get back with you that very day that you leave that message, if not the next day for sure. You can go on our website. It's D as in dog, DDG, insurance.com. And from there, you can also leave me a message to contact you. And there again, it would be within the first 24 hours, 48 at the most, I'll get back with you. So what is today? Today's our open enrollment starts for Medicare, October 15th. This is the time that all the insurance agents that work from that does the Medicare portion of the business. It's when their world turns upside down. It's like the tax guy in January. You know what I'm saying? So this is our busy time of the year. We don't do any workshops during the October, November, and December period because our job, we really want to focus on our clients. We also, that doesn't mean that we don't want to take care of new clients that call in, but it basically means we don't do the workshops during this time because we're really just too busy taking care of our regular clients and picking up referrals. I would say the majority of my new clients do come from referrals. We actually get quite a few referrals from the radio station here, and I really appreciate it. But part of the referral is my clients. You know, I take good care of my clients, and then they go, well, you turned 65. Where'd you get how did it work for you? How did you do it? And they go, I got a guy. That's I got a guy. Let me give you his phone number. And I do appreciate those referrals too. And I tell my clients all the time, I want to thank you for referring the new person to me. And I will take good care of them and give them the same service that I've given you. And they go, that's the reason why we referred you. So let's talk about, I said the next, after the break, we were going to go into the Advantage plans. So in Medicare world, you've got two different options. You're either going to select to tie in with your Medicare card, your supplement and drug plan, or you're going to leave your original Medicare and go to private carrier with an Advantage plan. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, that means that you're still under the guidelines of CMS, but now you have private carrier like Humana, Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, just the list goes on. So the private carriers, what that means is they set up programs, and the Medicare clients out there, they decide, I looked at the supplement and the drug plan, and I'm really not that sick. I only go to the doctor once a year, and I think that I can probably save money utilizing that Advantage plan. And your prescription drug, there is no charge for your prescription drug on a monthly basis, but you do pay for copays. So that makes it a little bit less expensive. Now, keep in mind the big difference between the two. Medicare supplement with the drug plan is you still are on original Medicare. And so Medicare making decisions with your doctors is pretty simple. If it's medically necessary, Medicare is going to approve it. That's the general guideline that we use. In the Medicare supplement, you don't have to have any referrals. So you can go to any personal care physician, see the like your regular doctor that you have, your personal care physician. You can choose anybody in the United States that takes Medicare. That's quite a bit of option for you. Same way with the when you get ready to select a specialist. You don't have to get pre-approvals for a specialist. You can just pick up the phone, call the specialist that you want, and go from there. Now, a lot of times your PCP doctor will say, I'll get a referral, and, humor him, just say, okay, fine, give me a referral for that doctor, but you really don't need it. You can actually go into look at any doctor that is a part of the Medicare program, even if it's a specialist. You can do it on your own, or you can get that referral from your PCP doctor. So the big difference is if you do the Medicare supplement, you have a much larger network. It's good nationwide. It's good nationwide. So you have that option to go to any doctor in the United States that takes Medicare. So, give you an example. Let's say you have a surgery that you want to have done, and it's not something that you want to leave it to the local doctor here. Of course, in Chicago, we have a large variety. But let's just say the specialist that they recommend is in Johns Hopkins. Well, with your Medicare supplement and your Medicare card, you can go to Johns Hopkins. You can get that coverage because it's good nationwide, so long as they're part of the Medicare program, okay? So that's a reason why a lot of the clients that are snowbirds, let's say they live in the summertime here, but in the winter they go to Arizona or they go to, Texas, some of the places in the South, because they want to get out of the Elgin area or the Chicago area so they don't have all that snow. I can't imagine why anybody would want to do that, can you?
We have a question actually on the text line.
Sure. Why don't we go ahead and grab this question on the phone?
It's not on the phone, it's through text.
Oh, text.
Yep,
okay.
We've got it through a text line here. Someone goes, how much is my premium going to go up next December when the big, beautiful bill kicks in or the ACA refunds go away?
Okay. Now, we're talking about for 2026, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only thing I can tell you, what has been processed as of today. In other words, today, October 15th, we get all the new plans for 2026. Okay, so right now, it's only what's available for 2026. When you start going, excuse me, what's going to happen after that, that is something that they're going to deal with. Because the big affordable health care bill and everything was just recently passed, and some of the changes are going to kick in next year more so than 2026. Some of them are going to kick in at the following year. I haven't seen a lot of changes. Where the changes that we've seen this year is basically going to be in the Medicare supplement plans, where a lot of those plans are taking some hefty increases and your Medicare supplement. The other one is on the Advantage plan. We have networks or doctors that have been dropped out of a network, and so then your responsibility is choose another network where you have that coverage. Pricing is concerned. The pricing on the Advantage side, we've seen where last year maybe you had a maximum amount of pocket, and once you covered that, it was $3,000, and maybe they raised it to $6,000, which is the maximum that you would have to pay. So when we have those issues, then I look around to see what's available to you. Maybe you go from one company to the next and make sure that your doctors are in both of them. So it's really on an individual basis. It's not something that is the number one, this is what's going to go up. Number two, that's what's going to go up. Because usually people have different programs out there between the Advantage side, the supplement side, and some of the doctor sides. So it's hard to say right now. I just tell you, look about what's going to happen in 2026. That I have information. And again, on that, it depends what direction you're going to go. If you're going to go with the supplement or if you're going to go with the Advantage side. So we need to break it down and look at each program that you're looking to go into, and then I can give you the differences in costs for each one. I think that'll answer his question as best as I can with the knowledge that I have so far. Now, going back to the Medicare supplement side. On the Medicare supplement side, unlike the Advantage side, unlike the supplement side, you go to private carrier. Now, private carrier is a lot different. So if you need a supplement, a surgeon, and you're on a Advantage side, okay, there's certain selections that you have. I'll give you an example. On a PPO, you can go through anybody on that PPO and select what specialist you want. Now, usually on those PPOs on the Advantage side, it's based on zip code. So you have to think about the fact that the doctors that you're going to be utilizing is going to be the certain ones in your zip code, or like in Cook County, or maybe if you're in Elgin, the doctors and the people there in the network will be different compared to each county that you live into. So obviously, the amount of doctors that you have is going to be limited. Now, the PPO is going to be a little bit better because you're available to select any doctor in that PPO, okay? So let's say you do have a PPO and you're going to be selecting a doctor. So you go to the doctor list that they have on their website, and you pull them up and you call that doctor and say, okay, I'm going to have surgery. I'd like to have a consultation with you, and you can then go from there. They like you to go to your PCP doctor first and get a referral with the PPO. Some doctors will require it, and then others do not. But what I'm saying to you, it's going to be the doctors in your network. So the network is be like in the county that you live in, the zip code. So that's where it limits the network. Another thing, now that you're on that PPO and you need a certain surgery or procedure done, you do have to get a pre-approval. So when you go to your surgeon, he's going to figure out exactly what you need to have done, and then they will go to Medicare and say, okay, we need to get this pre-approved. So because you're in private carrier, it's a little bit different. So now your private carrier have to get it approved from Medicare. And if they disapprove it, or let's say that particular plan that you're under that company does not approve it, then you have to do a special request. So keep in mind, in the Advantage side, you do have to get approval, and the approval is going to be with the company that you're with or the network that you're with. Of course, again, like I said before, you can always do a request if you get a deny. But like I say, the pre-approvals have to be done with the Advantage side. Now, the other part is if you decide you want an Advantage plan, you then sometimes can look at an HMO. And the HMOs are priced a little bit less. Most of the PPOs and the HMOs, your personal care physicians at zero. But believe me, these plans are set up to pay as you go. Now, when I tell you the PCP doctor is zero and the monthly premium, you can get a lot of them out there at zero premium. Okay. It is broken down so that you pay as you go. So for instance, if you have to have an MRI, okay, there's going to be a charge. It could be as high as $200. If you have an ambulance service, and it could be as high as $200. I'm just showing you some figures. Let's say you have been diagnosed and you need chemotherapy. Well, chemotherapy can be, like 20% as what your costs that you would have to cover. So those can get pretty expensive. So if you have anything like any cancer where you have to have multiple images done, it's going to be more expensive. And then every time you go to your set of your PCP, you got to go to your specialist. And usually in the specialist, they're $40, $45 per visit. So keep in mind, when you go into the Advantage side, that doesn't mean it's free. It's pay as you go. So if you have to have diagnostic work done, then all of those testing has a copay to it. So it's based on copays. So the more that you have done, obviously your copays are more expensive because they add up. So when you look at the two different programs, and if you want to set something up where you go, I just want to know what it's going to cost me. I don't want to know how much the individual items are going to be because I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what the cost is going to be from one year to the next. Then maybe that supplement is the one you'd like. Maybe you like that option that you can go to any doctor, any hospital in the United States that takes Medicare. And I can tell you every hospital in the United States has to take Medicare because they have to be part of the Medicare program. So I'm just giving you an example. If you like to have that choice out there, then that its supplement is the direction that you want to head. Now, again, that doesn't mean, because I have a lot of clients, they're on the Advantage plan, and they go, I've been on this Advantage plan for 5 years. I've been very happy with it. I've had very few, the cost has been low. The medication is also in there, and I have tier 1s and tier 2s at a zero premium. So the Advantage side works great for me. And that's great. If it works good for you, then that's what you decide. So my job, when I sat down with you, is to basically decide which direction do you want to head. Okay, so my job is to show you how each plan works and then what plan works best for you. Everybody is different, okay? I have some clients that, I want that supplement because I want to be able to have that ability to go anywhere in the United States for service. And some of them go, in the summer, in the winter, I'm in down in Florida or I'm in Texas or somewhere. Well, the supplement works better because you have ability to go to any doctor in the United States. And then we have somebody in the that likes the Advantage plan. So let's say we have a person that has a low income, okay? Now, on the low income side, I always kind of recommend the Advantage side because there's additional monies available. So if you have a low income, which is considered an LIS, you have additional services that you can pick up that they would help coverage. If you are on Medicaid, I can guarantee you it's going to be one of the Advantage sides that you can have both Medicare and Medicaid together and then combine them. Let's say you're a diabetic and you need special programs designed for diabetics. You know, sometimes the Advantage side works out better because they have different programs available built into those Medicare Advantage side. So it's not a one size for everybody. I don't really know how anybody would call an 800 number to somebody that they don't know that is probably maybe not even in the United States, and trust them to make the right decision for your health care rather than dealing with somebody local that if you have a question, and what I do with my clients when I meet with them, I say, okay, in your phone, go ahead, put my number down. And if you have any issues with the Medicare supplement, with your prescription drug plan, or with your Advantage plan, please call me first. I know what you have. You've been a customer of mine. I don't want you to call them and then not get the right information. Because believe me, over the years, the wrong information that is given to my clients is astronomical. So call me first, and then I will direct you as to who you need to contact. And that's the best way of doing it. Well, I'm going to go over and prepare for closing now. Can't believe the hour is almost over. I'm going to give you my call-in number again. So reservation line is 630-320-6906. And it's ddginsurance.com. That's our website. And again, remember, it is so important when you're making decisions for your Medicare. Choose somebody local, somebody that you can talk to, somebody that will tell you, here's my cell phone number, put it in your phone. If you got a question, call me. You know, don't call Medicare, get put on hold, and 25 minutes later or an hour later, it's all of a sudden you get disconnected and you get to do it all over again. So it's so much easier to have somebody local that can assist you and carry you through the process when you go into Medicare, but also hand carry you every year thereafter. And I want to thank you, and I'll see you the first Tuesday of next month.